Do you know what the secret to spending a summer alone and enjoying it is? It's really simple, but it takes some time to learn to put into practice. Let me crack my brain open and scoop out this pulp of knowledge and share it with you on a plate. Let me impart to you this wisdom that was shown to me in a dream, and also through many self-help articles. You have to learn to start dating yourself. Almost. Do I want to be sitting outside right now, sweating through my clothes at 8 a.m.? Not particularly, but me and this chick, me and this lady right here, we had a date. We had our daily morning date of sitting and sweating and writing in our journal. I know I've talked about journaling like 50 times already, but genuinely, it's been something of a life-changing practice for me. Like, it forces me to come out of this like mindless headspace I tend to get into in the mornings, to acknowledge how I'm feeling, why I'm feeling that way. If I'm not feeling so great, what I can do to feel better. If I am feeling pretty good, what we can do to keep that going. Do you want to know something heinous and evil? It is 8 a.m. and I'm already sweating through the back of my clothes. Like, I've been seeing other people start to post their fall romanticization posts, which I love, which make me feel like so warm and cozy and comforted, but also bitter. Because where I live, the temperature isn't gonna drop below 80 degrees until mid-October, so I don't get to fantasize about fall just yet. I have to keep convincing myself that I'm a summer girl. I have to keep tricking myself into thinking that I love this. I love the bugs, the heat, the showering 3 times a day because I can't stop sweating. We're gonna hang out the next couple days and we're gonna see how I do that, how I manage to have a good time on my own. You guys know that I've recently begun my exodus from my solitary phase. I'm forcing myself to be friendly and go out with people. But while that's in the works, I also just want to savor this time that I still have to myself. And this is something I get questioned about a lot. People asking me, how do you enjoy being alone? How do you find contentment in these phases where you don't have many friends? I'm gonna show you how I do that. The inside of this jar smells like armpit. I think I want to try to make a sun tea today. When it's so hot outside that you can't even bear the thought of turning your stovetop on, that's sun tea weather. We got a lime and a little chunk of ginger. Allegedly, because I've never actually tried this before, when it's warm enough outside, you just drop all of your ingredients into a jar with some water, and then you set them out in the sunlight to marinate. And you come back a few hours later and you got tea. Man, this knife, I don't think I could stab myself through with this knife if I threw my whole body weight into it. One moment, please. Okay, I just busted out the knife sharpener I've owned for a year but never used. Let's see if it actually worked. I've been drinking tea in the mornings, and it's nice to have that little, like, ritual. Because I'm not much of a coffee drinker. I want to be a coffee drinker so bad sometimes. Like, a couple of times a year, I try to make myself like coffee again. I'll bust out my coffee maker. I look up 500 tutorials on how to make the best latte. And after all that work and all that dedication and all that time, I end up choking it down and then peeing 8 times in an hour anyway. And caffeine doesn't even do anything for me except make me, like, anxious in a fast way. So I think this is a nice alternative. I'm also gonna add a bag of green tea, and then I'm gonna fill this up with water, bring it outside, find a nice sunny spot for it, and leave it out here for a few hours. So we'll come back in the afternoon and see how she tastes. When you're learning to reconnect with yourself and really appreciate your own company, when you're learning to date yourself, it's important that you reconnect with the things that fill you up. You have to find the things you love and do them. And sometimes it's kind of weird because you start thinking about it and you're like, what do I love to do though? Like, it's so easy for all of your hobbies to get boiled down to scrolling through social media, watching Netflix, watching YouTube, whatever. It all becomes media consumption. And you have to connect again with the things that you like that aren't that. When you're trying to find things that you love, I think a really helpful question to ask yourself is, what did you like doing when you were a kid? Because like, the more hobbies I pick up, the more I realize I'm just doing all the stuff I used to do as a kid again. Running around outside, painting, writing, journaling. Like, these are just the hobbies I had when I was a kid that I stopped doing somewhere along the way. And coming back to them as an adult, I still love them. There are a lot of things that you still have to learn about yourself. Things that you're good at, things that you're bad at, but that you like doing anyway. You just gotta give yourself the time and attention to figure that out. I was gonna cook something for lunch. I got a whole bunch of groceries, a whole bunch of produce to make some really healthy whole food meals with, and I knew exactly what I was gonna make. And then I went digging around for ingredients and I saw this vegan pizza in the freezer. It was buy one get one 50% off at Sprouts, so I'll have the report to you shortly. One thing I will say before I even bite into this, I am a dedicated, passionate, full-time, aspiring professional hater of plant-based cheeses. Maybe I'm not like supposed to say that as a vegan, but I'm not gonna come on here and speak to you anything but the truth that's in my heart. So if I tell you this is good, you're gonna know that it's good. Okay, the chorizo actually has a pretty nice flavor to it. I'm usually not that wild about plant-based meat substitutes either, but there's so much seasoning in this, it comes out pretty well. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I could not really taste any of the cheese in that bite, which is about the smartest thing whoever concocted this thing could have done. It's actually pretty good. That's actually really good. Okay, Sprouts. You're doing alright this time. Also, I have the sun tea. I left it out in the sun for a few hours and then put it in the fridge to chill because I like a cold tea. Let's give her a try. Woo, she got a little bit of bitterness to her. I wonder if it's because I left the green tea bag in too long, or it might actually be coming from the lime peel. Okay, much to think about. Much to think about. But at least I got this pizza though. It is 9 p.m. and I am going to bed. I am gonna go to bed now. I love going to bed. I love being in bed. Love being in my pajamas. Love being in my warm little bed. So it's 9 p.m. and I am going to bed. Y'all are not gonna believe the day I got planned for us tomorrow. I got plans and I got schemes. I would love to stay up late and get wild with you guys, you know, but I'm a sleepy girl and it's past my bedtime. It's 9 p.m. if you may have heard. So I will be heading off to bed now at 9 p.m., which is my bedtime when I get sleepy. At 9 p.m. when I get sleepy. At my bedtime at 9 p.m. Why am I like crying? Oh my god, it's because I'm up past my bedtime. You'll never believe where I went the next morning. I can't stay away from it. Sometimes I wonder if I spend too much time doing the same things over and over in my videos, but this is genuinely what I do with my time. This is how I love to spend it. And especially after we were just talking about finding the things that you love and committing to doing those things more, this is one of those things, except this time things were a little bit different because I had some company with me. When I say that committing to the things that you love will allow you to bring more people into those things with you, this is what I mean. My family and I spent hours out at the creek in absolute chaos, of course. And while it wasn't nearly as peaceful as the time I usually have when I come out there on my own, it was fun in a way that I don't often get to experience when I'm out there by myself. Having my family with me in this place that I've spent so much time at this summer helps me understand even better why I love doing these things so much, even when I don't have company to bring out there with me. The experience I cultivate when I take myself out to these places alone is so completely different than the energy I get when I bring others with me. It leaves you with so much time for introspection, so much time to sit back and just exist and feel and not really think about anything. And even though I was having so much fun with all these people I care about, I still found myself sneaking off more than once to have some of those quiet moments alone again. And I never would have got to share this experience with all these other people if I hadn't gone out on my own to find it myself to begin with. I could sleep for 12 hours. I got home, got showered, got a little sunburn. This time last year, I was making plans to do things like this and then chickening out of them over and over. I'm trying to have like a serious conversation. Do you see why I can't ever be sad for more than like 2 minutes? Because these idiots come in and they ruin the vibe. I would make plans to go out on my own, to go to stuff like anime conventions, to go see movies, to go hiking, swimming, whatever, and then I would chicken out of it because I was too anxious, I was too attached to my usual lifestyle of locking myself up in my home. When I started making myself do those things, finding something that I was excited to do and then committing to going through with it, I became so much happier, so much less anxious, so much more confident. You don't have to wait for anyone else to do the things you're excited to do or to go places you're excited to go. You can take yourself to these things. I get comments pretty frequently from people being like, when is it my turn to be happy? And I know they're joking, but like, never. Genuinely, it's never your turn. There will never be a time in your life when peace and contentment and happiness just fall into your lap accidentally. Like, you have to learn to cultivate these things in yourself. I heard someone say a while back that some people are born happy and some people have to learn to be happy. I think for a lot more people than not, happiness is a learned trait. When you commit to getting to know yourself and to being better company for yourself, you will find the things that make you happy and you'll learn to implement them into your life. And when you're ready to do the hard work of finding friends again, you'll be able to pick people who are able to do that with you. Why does it smell like pee? Why does it smell like pee? Okay, well, I guess I've got something to take care of. No nap time for Ellie. Cool. That's cool. Thank you. Predictably, I'm eating black bean curry again. With some fried yellow squash on top. I'm so tired, but in the best way. It is, I don't have my glasses on. 8:30 p.m. is about to be my bedtime. I'm gonna put my pajamas on, I'm gonna get in bed and go to sleep. Oh my god. I'm already excited. It's a really unfortunate side effect of modern culture that people are becoming so atomized, where so many young people feel so lonely. Like, it isn't how people are supposed to exist, right? But it doesn't have to be all bad. There is so much good to be found in a period of solitude. Like, if that phase is the gift you've been given right now, The ground is soft and you gotta be ready to dig. There is so much to be learned about yourself, so much to be discovered. My own beliefs about myself are constantly being challenged. So often now, when I take the time to really study myself and put myself in new situations and give myself new experiences all on my own, I realize that things I thought about myself are not at all true. And sometimes it ends up being better and sometimes it ends up being worse. And either way, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna work with it. And either way, I'm gonna come out of it with a more intimate relationship with myself than I had the day before. And that intimacy allows me to be a better companion to myself. When you learn to become truly content with your own company, it puts you in the best space for moving out of that and into community with other people. Because you don't have to settle for whatever's thrown at you. You don't have to settle for relationships that aren't meaningful or aren't compatible. You can let those go and hold out for the better ones that will come along, because you know that no matter what, you're gonna be just fine. I'm very tired. Yeah, but before we leave off, I got something we need to do. I remade the sun tea without the lime, and I took the green tea bag out a little bit earlier, so let's see if it actually came out good this time. We did it, boys. A win. A win to finish up this video. See? We're gonna make it work. We're gonna fail and we're gonna get back up and we're gonna make it. It's late. It's almost my bedtime. Thank you for spending these last couple of days with me. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.